Jan from YouMakeItSimple.com. I'm sure you've all experienced the earphone cord tangle situation. I'm going to show you how to make your own DIY earphone cord holder. Very helpful to keep your earphone cord from tangling. The key element here are these nifty little plastic snaps. No sewing, easy to do. I'll show you how to make just a regular rectangular shaped holder or a heart shaped holder. The material and items you'll need: an upcycled yoga mat. So if you have a yoga mat kicking around that you can spare, or find a cheap yoga mat, but I find these mats make a really good material. They're grippy and hold the cords really nicely. Or you can also use a thick felted wool sweater. You'll want your upcycled sweater to be a little bit more dense and stable so that when you pull it won't rip. And you also don't want it to be too thick and bulky. Some sweaters can get pretty bulky, but these are just some felted wool sweaters that I'm going to make like I've used here. You can download and print the PDF in the link below. A pair of paper scissors to cut out your pattern, and a yoga mat if you're using a yoga mat. You don't want to use fabric scissors for that. Your fabric scissors if you are using felt or sweater fabric. So the niftiest tool that I have come upon and find the best method of putting snaps on is this Kam system. Kam pliers and plastic snaps that work really well on this project, and you'll find that they'll come in handy for other things too. So you'll need either the Kam plastic pliers and snap device, or you can use any other snaps, work fine. But I'm really liking this Kam system. You'll also need your snaps. So two that look like a thumbtack, a male and a female snap, and of course your applicator. And you'll also need this little awl. It's very sharp and pointed, and that will help you apply the snaps. It will come with your kit. So I'm just going to use this felted wool sweater. I like the back side of it, the looks of it. I'll just use my pattern piece to cut that out. I'm going to just round the corners off with the scissors. Get your awl, and we're going to mark where we're going to insert the snap. So I like to fold this in half so I'm making just one poke. Use my guide, and this is about 3/4 of an inch from the edge and centered. I'm going to poke that through pretty good and wiggle it around to make that hole a little bigger and easier to see. Take one of the thumbtack pieces, and on the right side, the outside, stick it through that hole, and take the female part. So how you can tell, see these little grooves that come down in the snap? That is the side that you want to put down on the fabric. And then just take your applicator. And this, make sure you have the right correct size of the bottom piece here. It hasn't a size on the top. You can read that on the top and on your snaps. Place that onto until it snaps in place, and make sure that that is still in place while you squeeze that together. Squeeze pretty tight. Open that up. And voila, there's your snap. So we want this other side so that they're snapping together like this. Take your other back piece, place it in the hole, take the male snap now, that looks like this, and make sure that that's facing up and centered on your snap. Your applicator, slide it on until it snaps in place. You can tell when it's in that groove. Make sure that that is centered, and then squeeze. Pretty simple and pretty cool. Really easy and quick to make. So these are the other ones that I have made out of felted sweaters. Love these snaps. I'll put the link in the description where you can get those. So let's make one out of a yoga mat now. We'll do the heart pattern this time. Fold your yoga mat fabric in half. Make sure the grids are straight. This edge of the heart is going to go on the fold. And then use your paper scissors to cut it out. And I have to just chisel kind of away to get those rounded. Take the awl, and there is the fold. I find that coming down about a ½ inch and then over just a little bit. If it's centered, you don't have as much room for the cording, and that depends on how you want to wrap your cord. I find that coming over just a little bit from the center and poking my holes. Wiggle it around to make sure that that hole's noticeable. I'm going to open that up. Let's use purple this time. So we need 2 thumbtack looking, a female and a male. Take the tack, find the hole, stick it in, choose either the female or the male, and just apply it so that side is facing up. Take your tool, make sure that's in place and that is centered over, and squeeze. Poke it through. Couldn't be simpler. Love these snaps, love this holder. Subscribe to the channel so you can be updated on new classes and tutorials where I keep it simple, quick, and easy to do. Love to have your comments. Any questions you have, please let me know. We'll see you next time.